First things first. Obviously, I was born in London, raised in London all my life. Mum and dad came here in the 90s with my brother. I was born.
Where do they come from, if you don't mind us asking?
They came from Turkey, yeah. So my dad actually came here with nothing. Mum came here in the back of a car. You know, my dad came in the back of a lorry. Yeah, it was. They tell me the stories now. I'm just like, damn, that must have been tough. You know, back then, which makes me like privileged. You know, I respect what my mum and dad done. You know.
What were they escaping? Were they escaping anything, or did they just want a better life?
No, there wasn't really escape. It's just to live a better life. You know, I guess they thought the UK might be a better opening for them.
Yeah.
You know, which I think is it was a good shout now compared to living conditions in back home.
Yeah.
You know, I'm grateful. But obviously I went to school. I was a good kid in school. I never behavior wise it was all right. You know, got on with my work. I got good grades. You know, then I moved into sixth form. After the sixth form phase, I started to not enjoy what I was doing at sixth form. Like I was doing subjects that I didn't like I was doing music, I was doing science. No offense to the music lovers or science lovers, but I just said to because I had really passion about football. So you know, I always played football, but I wanted to start seriously. This was around when I was 16, 17 years old. So I signed up to a football college, which is obviously based around northwest London. So I wanted to test myself out, see how I can transition into playing at a high level. You know, obviously as I'm playing, I'm studying at the same time. So if football isn't going my way, I have another path. So I have two different paths. So the first year I studied sports, which is my passion. I love football. Just wanted to venture down that route.
Yeah.
Afterwards, it was just trying to see if football would work out for me. The first year it was tough, like because I've never played football in my life. But when it got to now, I'm training at a serious level with good players. It tested me, you know.
When you say you didn't play football in your life, do you mean like you never played football of the standard that?
Yeah, to a standard like 11-a-side. Like it was always a kickabout. But
like 5-a-sides or in school.
Yeah, exactly. Like 5-a-side, 7-a-side. When I wanted to move into the 11-a-side, 11-a-side play. So
it's a totally different ball game, innit? And the level of play is ridiculous. Like what people see on TV when it comes to football, passing the ball around, crossing the ball in, headering it. Like the game is rough.
Yeah,
like them players are on you, and when the ball's in the air and you think you're going to get a free header, you best know you're going to hit somebody in the nose or someone's going to hit you in the nose. You know what I mean? Like man.
It's not easy at all. So the first year was just me transitioning in. Obviously, it didn't go well. I'm a goalkeeper. It didn't go well. You know, well, it didn't go well, but it was a learning experience. The first year, the team I was at, so it's actually a team in the pyramid, in the English pyramid. So they're in the National League at the moment. So that's one below League Two, and that's three below the Premier League. So I was at their setup in the college scheme.
Yeah.
So the second year I was there, they turned professional. So what it is when a team turns professional, they transition from semi-professional to professional. They train throughout the day. They have their breakfast, their lunch and dinner, and that type of stuff. And because we trained in the mornings, the first team trained in the mornings at the same time. I got called over to train with the first team, and I was in my head. I'm just like, damn, this is a massive opportunity. You know, from where I started from, well, not really playing 11-a-side football to moving into a first team setup. It was very nerve-wracking to start with, but even in a training session, I done really well. Everyone was saying, oh, well done, Jem. You've done really well. I'm really, really impressed. I'm around 17, 18 at the time. And that was a massive, massive learning experience. So the second year, I was able to move up in the college scheme in the football sense. I was training with the first team. I got a bench on the reserve side, which was amazing from where I started from.
Were you getting paid at these times now?
No, it's still a college scheme. So it's just as I'm studying, because we study, and then the first team train where we study.
Okay.
So it's like it's not a scholarship, but it's a college scheme. So it's like a sixth form. You're still studying at the same time, but you play football. Yeah. So that was my second year, and I learned it was a valuable experience. But of course, they didn't come into play. It didn't work out.
What happened then? So you went in second year. You got onto the reserve team. What happened from there?
Just didn't work out. Just didn't play. Wasn't getting played.
Why was that? Because of your discipline and how you, or was it?
I just think it's something called politics. I don't know how to. So it's just what I call favoritism. So like the manager would pick certain players over me, where in my head I know I'm better than that. As I'm a goalkeeper, I think I know I'm better than that goalkeeper. Mm-hmm. I said that to myself, but I think it was just favoritism. I still worked. I trained every single day to show them what I'm capable of. But
do you think it's like the music industry where you have rappers who are more likely to get the attention when they have tattoos, big chains, and grills?
Yeah.
Or like those on Instagram who want to get a quick 300, 400, 500 likes. Put a little bit of skin out, sort of thing. Yeah. That's where the attention's at. Do you think like that kind of attention was there in the football? If you didn't like fit the category in their world, you weren't playing.
Do you know what it is? I guess you need to have a voice.
Oh.
Like you need to project yourself. I think where the problem with me is I don't think I was vocal. I didn't put myself out there. My ability was there to show. Definitely, I'm 100% sure that coaches told me that. I know already. But it's just I don't think I put myself out there. I think I'm not scared. Is not the word. It's just when you're training with first team players who are international, play at international level for, funny enough, Guyana actually.
Yeah.
So there was 2 Guyanese internationals.
Wow.
At the club I was. I'm not going to say the name, but at the club I was at, and they playing with and training with internationals. That is, it changed me.
Do you think your coach recognized that you just didn't portray the confidence that he was looking for?
Yeah, 100%. Because there was a situation where I think he was the captain. I think I might have let a goal in training, and he started. I'm not going to say what he said, but he started blurting out. He's like, "You're rubbish. You're this." Like, there's a lot more things he said.
And you was trying to stay humble instead of.
Yeah, I was trying to. I didn't say anything, and then I think one of the other players came up to me and said, "Listen, you need to start projecting your voice. It doesn't matter how old you are, your age. You're training with us. It means if you're training with us, you're on the same level as us. You need to start projecting."
Yeah.
So I think it was the next day. I think the same situation happened again, and then he started saying some things again, and literally I just burst out. Like I threw the kitchen sink. I just started. Well, not proud to say, but
is that where it ended?
No, that's not where it ended. But it's just like in myself that just showed me like, okay, cool, I can stand up to myself. I've got a voice. Like it was another new level to me.
Did you feel comfortable being that person though?
Yeah, it felt good. Honestly, it felt good. Like I stood up to someone who's older than me, like who's much more experienced than me. Like it felt good, like it had to happen because that's the way I'm going to progress. That's how football works, to be honest.
Okay.
Like, to what I've transitioned to now. So that was my first 2 years at college, and then obviously that didn't work out. Just playing normal Saturdays. It wasn't semi-professional. It was just amateur with local teams. Decided to go down the uni path, which was. Do you know what it is? I didn't want to go to uni. Honestly, I didn't want to go to uni. It's just, it's going to sound bad, but I wanted to make my mum and dad proud that I went to uni.
Listen, man, it's such a common theme, bro.
It is.
Listen, I'd done a podcast with someone recently. He's from an Asian background.
Yeah.
And he went to uni as well, not because he wanted to, but because that's what his family expected of him as part of his culture.
Exactly the same. Yeah.
Wow. So, all right. So you went.
They had the expectation of me to go to uni. Obviously, they didn't say, "Oh, you need to be this, you need to be that." My mum and dad gave me that freedom.
Okay.
They're like, Do you know? Let me rephrase it. They wanted me to go uni. They pushed us because my older brother graduated as well. So again, there was that thing where I wanted to graduate myself, and my mum and dad wanted me to go university as well. So of course, the first 2 years of college, then I moved on to uni, where I studied sports science with strength and conditioning. So that was a rough road. That was tough. I didn't stay out of uni. I stayed at home. I was staying at home. I was working, grafting, while I was studying at the same time.
What, traveling backwards and forwards?
Yeah. It wasn't far from where I lived. It was only like 45 minutes,
Yeah.
half an hour, 45 minutes. I just bought a car. I just went to uni, just grafting. I did multiple jobs. I think I lost count how many jobs I did in those 3 years, ranging from working in the airport, working in stadiums as a steward, working as a bar manager. You know, just that was a 3 year transition of just me, just studying uni, just trying to earn money, just trying to get along. Really, you know.
What was the ultimate aim though? Studying university. Where was you going to take those qualifications?
Again, I didn't know. I was just studying at that time. I didn't really have
passing
a goal.
time?
Huh?
Was you just passing time, would you say? Or you
No, I
trying to
wasn't
get something,
passing time.
get something under your belt?
Yeah, I wasn't passing time. It's just I was going through that motion of let me finish uni, and see what happens after that. That was where I was heading.
Did you go down the party route and all of that?
No. I'm not. I've got a girlfriend, so I don't like. I hate partying. Honestly, I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like drinking.
Yeah.
I don't smoke, which is, just
Good
I'm
on
not
you,
into
bro.
that. Yeah, I'm not down that. I had a lot of friends who used to.
That's what.
obviously do-
Yeah, that's
do
what I was going to ask you, man. Because you said you was good in school, and you didn't really get yourself into too much trouble. You got good grades.
Yeah.
Came out, man. Surely, like, is all your friends has got their head screwed on like you, or do any of them drink, smoke? Was there any distractions? Was there any peer pressure? Like, it sounds like you just literally just surfed the way up nicely.
I think that's what happened. I genuinely think that's what happened. I've only got from secondary school. I've only got one good friend who's my best friend right now, and he's along my same path in terms of he's not doing what I'm doing now, but he's doing his own thing. He's trying to earn his money, trying to build up, buy his own house and things like that.
Yeah.
In terms of that's my only one good friend. I've got other friends who didn't go to school with me.
Yeah.
And they're also like me. One's studying at uni and one's working in an accounting job. You know, I've only got 3 good friends, and I've only got one girlfriend and my family. That's it.
I've only got one girlfriend.
Yeah, I only got.
No, but I hear you.
Yeah.
So, all right, so cool. So you haven't really gone through too much then on the way up, other than the fact that the football thing didn't work out for you.
Yeah.
The university, you didn't really like go take it anywhere in terms of going into a profession in like the sports industry.
Yeah.
It could be any industry actually with the qualification like
With
that.
the qualification I had, yeah, definitely.
Any industry. So then obviously that then leads us to now then. What are you doing?
So
unless we missed anything.
I'll go back a little bit.
Yeah,
so
go back a little bit. I'm enjoying the story.
Football didn't finish there for me, and it still goes on to this day. So of course I progressed myself in the 2 years at college, and throughout those 3 years at uni, I did progress myself. I was playing at Saturdays,
Oh yeah, Saturdays, yeah.
Yeah, I'm still playing my Saturdays throughout. Then I had the opportunity to play semi-professionally. So I joined the team. It was a relatively good level, for my aspirations. I wanted to test myself. It wasn't even like, it was just a testing thing. I wanted to test myself, see if I'm actually good enough to play at a certain level. Went along a few 3 or 4 clubs throughout the 3 years. I was able to play FA Cup.
Yeah.
I played the FA Cup, but it's the lower preliminary. I can't even say the word.
Preliminary.
Yeah, preliminary round. So you start from the bottom of the bottom. So the first round of the FA Cup, which my first experience was we drew the first game, and the second game I saved 3 penalties.
What?
In extra time. So yeah, that was a very good moment for me, And then that's where it pretty much started. It was just like, okay, I'm actually good enough to play at a decent level where I can enjoy my football, where I'm able to be spotted by different clubs, etc., etc. Again, I went through different clubs throughout the 3 years. Played FA Cup quite a few games. Played other FA competitions.
Yeah.
To this day, I still play now. And then this is another football story because I've had a lot of footballing stories. So I recently, 2 years ago, had the opportunity to play for Arsenal Fan TV's DTFC. I don't know if you follow the football. So basically, Arsenal Football Club have their own fan channel, and they've got their people who come on and speak about the games and how the game has gone. And that's
like Nickelodeon football or something like that.
I don't know.
No, I'm trying to figure this out. Is this like a serious thing, or is it more of like a documentary episode thing?
It's a fan channel.
Oh, actually, fan.
Yeah, it's actual. They've got like 1.5 million, 1.5 million subscribers.
Okay.
So it's Arsenal's own fan channel. They're not affiliated with the club, but they've got their certain people who come on and speak. Mm-hmm. And they decided to start like a mini series, like a documentary, like a soap thing, mm-hmm. where they create their own teams and they build up their own teams. I got accepted to one of their teams, which was, again, I played throughout the 2 years. We played a massive final. Everything.
Bro, how old are you now? 45. Like, there's been so many 2-3 years.
So many. I've done. So I'm 23 at the moment.
Wow, you've done a lot, man.
I've done a lot in my short 23 years of my life.
All right, go on. So they made up their teams.
Yeah, they made up their teams, and we played against each other, against other different clubs and etc. Things like that. And
did they create a league?
Yeah, they created their own league. So they had 2 seasons. Yeah. And in the second season, there was this massive final at the end of the series.
Yeah.
Which is on YouTube now, and it's got like a lot of views. Which it wasn't even for the views; it was just like an experience to me. Yeah. Again, you're playing with different people, meeting new people. You know, that was a very good experience for me. I'm not with them at the moment. They've transitioned into semi-professional football now as well. So they've built on from it.
So why are you not with them now?
Again, I'm not going to say politics. There was another keeper ahead of me who was much better than me.
Okay, so you admit it this time.
Yeah, again,
you resigned to it, not admit it, resigned to it this time.
I unfortunately resigned to it, but that was this season. So we'll transition to where I am right now. So that's this season where I am.
So when did this end, by the way?
In terms of the
league that you just come from.
Yeah, the league. So the team I was at won. I was on the bench that day. I didn't play.
Yeah.
But they've won it. So now everything's just, there isn't anything at the moment. I know.
It's kind of peak being a keeper though, isn't it? I mean, like, it's probably one of the most important positions if you really think about it. But there's only one person that can be in goal.
Exactly.
So unless you are consistent and like far from like young all the way up, and you're recognized for that consistency, or you're just like absolutely sick, it's really hard. It must be.
Yeah, it's not easy. I've been going it through for the last year or two.
How tall are you? How tall are you?
I'm only 5'11". I'm not even tall for a goalkeeper.
Could that of course you're not tall. No, so could that have played against you as well?
No, I don't think so. I don't think my height affected me. I was good in those aspects in terms of diving. It's just my kicking side. I was very inconsistent at times. Certain parts of my game were inconsistent again, which hasn't pushed me to the levels I know I could have played at.
What, sending the ball out?
Yeah, something called distribution for the goalkeeping fans.
Right, distribution's in every business, isn't it?
I know. It comes in all sorts.
So your toes weren't punting that ball out far enough.
It wasn't. It's not. Yeah, it wasn't consistent enough again. Still isn't to this day.
Did you booting the ball off to the sideline and giving them throw-ins and stuff?
Do you know, it's over throughout since I've been playing football. It's something I struggled with. Yeah. I don't know why. I've practiced.
Did you never get the angle right? So when you kick the ball, you realize that your toe made the ball go that way and then that way. So did you not think to kick it that way instead into like the crowd and it comes back in?
No, it's just the technique. It's literally just the technique. Yeah, it's just the technique. Like, you just need to get underneath the ball, and the more you get underneath the ball, the height will eventually start coming the distance.
And that's how the distance goes further.
Again, yeah.
Was it ever a criteria? Because I always think about it when you see like some of them what do you call them freak moments where the goalkeeper kicks the ball and then they get it all the way to the other side and get it in the goal. Like, was that a criteria that you had to get the ball that far?
It's an asset. It's an asset in your locker. It's something to have in your arsenal, pretty much. That if you had a good kick on you, that can bail you out in so many positions. That can create your team goals.
Really? Wow.
A goalkeeper with a very good kick can get.
People don't think of these things, You just think of goalkeepers.
Yeah, it's not just about keeping the ball at the net. It's so much more to goalkeeping nowadays, especially in the last 5 to 10 years, where even in a professional game, you need to have good feet.
In managing your defenders, and
you need to have good feet. Yeah, really? Good feet. You need to be vocal and things like that. And again, that's the experience I've built over. Now I'm 23. That's the experience I've built in the 5-6 years I've been playing. But
so now you just play on the weekends, or?
No, I still play semi-pro. I still play. Just it's in and out, obviously because of COVID-19. We've had to stall the season.
Yeah.
I played one game just before the November lockdown. There was a 2-3 week period. The other team actually had 5 positive cases while we was playing. And then on the Friday, so the 2 days later, the league just said we're not playing anymore, and then everything just went into lockdown. I tested negative, thankfully. But,
good man.
But yeah, it's not a good experience. Like COVID has hit. COVID has been different. Like,
has it affected any of you or your family or anybody close to you?
Yeah, my mum's uncle passed away in Turkey.
Oh man, sorry to hear that.
Yeah, no, it's all right. Thank you. Yeah, not so much, not a lot of people, but I think that was probably my main one. But yeah, we've been lucky that we're all right.
Yeah,
we're all at
touch wood.
Yeah, touch wood. Yeah, definitely, 100%.
So now where you at, bro?
So fast forward to today, where I am. So after my university career, I didn't know what path I was going down. So I decided to work in a school to start maybe I can move into the school side of things. So I worked in an after school club to work with kids, see how I got along. I really enjoyed it. Then I moved to a secondary school as a teaching assistant. I've never done no work in no school ever in my life. In 5 months, I got accepted to be a trainee teacher in the space of 5 months, which was in July. So just this.
Congratulations. Well done.
Yeah. Thank you. So in September, I'm a trainee teacher since September.
Epic.
And that's where I am.
How are you finding it though, working? I mean, obviously, we have to be careful what we say here, but how you find working with, is it secondary school or primary?
Secondary school. Secondary school.
How do you find being so young? I mean, age is just a number, right? No one needs to know your age. We know it because you said it, but I'm just saying, like, how do you find being so young, working with students? I mean, you're much older than them, but working with students who are quite, now in this day and age, quite ruthless.
Yeah.
And then demanding that respect that you need. I mean, I guess you got to show the respect back, and you get the respect back. But how is things?
It's. I find it easy because, again, it's just building that bonding with students.
Yeah.
If you bond with students, and you speak to them, they speak to you. You give them the time that if a student's speaking to me, they're speaking to me because they want to tell me something. So it's only right that I give them the time back and build that bond. And that's what I've been able to do in that teaching assistant period, because I've transitioned into a teacher in the same school. Yeah. So again, the students know who I am, and they know my expectations and things like that. So it's been an easy process in that sense. I know how to deal with different situations. I guess that's how teaching teaches you now.
So now in your current situation, then you're furloughed, right?
Okay, so I actually don't get paid. It's a trainee year, so you don't get paid in your trainee year till July.
You doing it voluntary?
Yeah, it's like a university year.
Okay.
So you don't actually get paid.
I mean, that's what they say. If you want to gain some knowledge or you want to learn, so get some experience,
I have to bite the bullet.
Yeah.
I have to bite the bullet. And so throughout my teaching period, throughout my teaching assistant, the start of this year to this day, actually, funny enough, I started to trade. That was my first. To this
day, this year.
Yeah, to this day, I started. I wanted to see how I was always interested in it, but but I didn't know because I thought it was a scam. I thought, you know, it was fake. You know how people say, you know, scam, fake. It's not real. You know.
So when did it become real to you?
So it was the first. This is funny actually. The first. So how I started was my friend at school knew someone who was trading. Obviously that gave me a bit of confidence because I know my friends, we're good friends, and if they know that person, that means, you know, they might actually be like real or legit. So she hooked me up with the person who was trading. I bought their course. Of course, I had no clue what I was doing. I didn't know. This was sorry, last year to this day. So it's been a year. Yeah. So 2020, the 8th of January last year.
Okay, a year from now.
Yeah, year from now, pretty much. So yeah, bought his course. No idea what he was. Just no clue whatsoever. No idea.
Was your friend in his course as well?
No, they weren't in the course. They weren't in the course.
What attracted you to his course then?
It's just I wanted to do it. One, two, like my friend knows that person.
Okay.
So I know if even if like anything went wrong or anything like that, I can. There's someone I know through someone that knows that person. You know, that gave me a bit of confidence to take the course. First 2 months, I blew a whole account. Well, I'm not going to say the figure, but I blew.
You lost money.
Yeah, lost money, pretty much. Lost money. When I first started trading, I made actually quite a bit. It was only I made like £150, but I used a one lot size on a £200 account. I'll never forget. Like that is absolute mad. Like to this day now I know that is an absolute like.
When you took that trade, was you bricking it?
Yeah, 100%. I was bricking it because it's going up, going down. Like, and coincidentally, it actually shot up quite a bit, and I was like, okay, 100, however much. I'm assuming it was close to 150.
Yeah.
I closed out, and I'm like to my brother. It was my birthday actually that day as well, and we're going to a birthday restaurant. And I was like to my brother, I was like, my brother, look how much money I made today. He goes, no way. And then obviously the next 2-3 days later, I blew it. But you know, again, that was a massive learning experience. I'm like, okay, this is gonna be a very, very long road. Yeah. And then on Instagram, I came across another page. They're actually they're really good. They're really they've got a lot of followers, and they're legit as well. I took their course. It was a monthly fee, and they worked predominantly on Fibonacci's, just Fibonacci's and like the higher time frames.
Yeah.
So I was with them for 2 months. I didn't really get to grips with how they did their strategy. I didn't really like it. And at that period, I was working in lockdown. I was doing a delivery job through lockdown, and I wasn't having enough time to do trading and keep my eye on the charts.
Yeah.
Because I had to earn a bit of money then. I didn't have a lot of money then. Yeah. So again, I wasn't able to take. I took away from the course. I gave maybe a 2-month break to trading. And then,
just going back to one thing. One thing I really like what you said there, which shows that you're definitely a smart guy, and you know your stuff. You said that the course you took, the course that you took was really good, and you know what they were doing was great. Like it works, but you realize it didn't work for you.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a great thing to recognize, because so many traders are trading and they're constantly blaming this strategy and that strategy. And seeing as you just started trading, you're now onto your second course already in such a short space of time. You could have been like, oh, this is not working. Do you know what I mean? You recognize it just wasn't working for you because of your circumstances. So, I mean, that's promising. We don't even know what happens next. I'm just saying that's promising. So just for our listeners, make sure you're aware of that before you start blaming other people and their course and this.
Go look at yourself. Understand.
Absolutely.
You gotta understand if you don't feel like that's working, then you should know. You need to tell yourself, okay, that's not working. I need another plan. But again, throughout this period, I was very determined. I'm still to this day. I'm still determined.
Sorry, man. I keep cutting, but just continue.
Yeah.
The first course, second course wasn't working for you, doing the delivery job because you have to make money, and then.
So afterwards, obviously, I gave it a 2 month break, and then I started watching some videos, predominantly yours. I started watching your videos. I come across your videos. I just binge watched it, literally from start to finish, like first video to last video, and it gave me like a new sense of hope. Like I started to understand things slowly but surely over that period of time. I started to back test. I saw some success. I was practicing on demo accounts. It was working. Only thing I didn't have throughout that time was my risk management. I didn't know how to do it.
Yeah.
But I was starting to understand how the markets worked, how the pairs worked, how they were moving, what wick rejections were, what what different indicators were, and things like that. So that was that period. Fast forwarding to the last 2-3 months, I heard about FTMO.
Yeah.
Of course, you can't to make. Of course, it's not about the money. It's about percentage to me. It's not about the money at all. It's about how much percentage you make. But with a small capital, you can't make you can make a good percentage, but the capital, it won't be a lot. So I heard about FTMO. Took maybe they've got their practice accounts that they do.
Oh, trial.
The trial accounts that I was able to take. I passed one, failed a couple. It was up and down, up and down. Then I passed 1 or 2 in a row, maybe 2 in a row, and I said to myself, okay, I'm ready to go now. Let me test myself. But even on the other hand, I said to myself, even if I don't pass the FTMO challenge, it's going to be a learning experience, because they've got strict reward and risk to reward. You can't go under a certain amount. It's 10% and then it's 5%. So I'm actually in the FTMO challenge right now as we speak.
Wow.
I don't know if I should say what I'm on right now.
No, don't jinx it.
I'm not gonna say what I'm on right now, but
Are you doing the challenge?
I'm on the challenge right now. Yeah, I'm on the challenge right now.
Okay, so before we go to where you're at with that, don't mention numbers, because I don't want people out to start putting evils on you, and I'm a big believer in evils. You understand?
Yeah.
But during this period, you started trading, got into one course, got into a second course. You didn't really resonate with either the two. Actually, no, you did. You liked them, but it just didn't work for you. I rate you saying. When doing delivery, and then the last 3 months or so, you got back into Forex after binge watching my content. No promoting out here, but obviously, if I'm bringing people onto the podcast, more often than not, they are going to be followers of me or in my community. So I'd hope you at least watch 1 or 2 videos. That helps. But so you watch some of the content, things started to click for you, right? But you were really not doing so well with your risk management, which is one of the biggest factors to
100%
every trader's success in this business. Like, if you're going to become successful and profitable, before you make money, you better make sure you know how to manage your money. Do you understand? And trading is not just about coming on, let's identify patterns and key levels. Like, you have to literally become the master of your business. There's different components, factors, dealing with your psychology, your emotions, your risk management, managing your being overconfident from winning trades, etc., etc. There's so many factors. Obviously, from what you've gone through in terms of your experience in life, college, university, football, semi-pro, playing with the pro team, etc., etc. Different components of life, and you've experienced it. And as a trader, sometimes you have to go through the pitfalls of not doing so well, winning, failing, etc., etc. But you obviously got grips of it very quickly. What was the point that changed for you? That everybody has a penny dropping moment, or a lot of them. What was the penny dropping moments for you before you go on to where you're at now in terms of the FTMO?
Yeah, it was around 2 months ago.
Okay.
It was just, I started to understand the concept of even the basics of lower highs, higher lows, direction of market. I guess that's where you need to start from. And I think when I mastered the basics, it just layer on layer, it just builds up.
100%.
And now I understand. Obviously, I've watched your videos. I didn't buy your course. I've watched your videos, and your videos have been very, very helpful. Maybe with the course, if I got your course, I'm not promoting it, but maybe even if I got your course now, I could be in a better position now.
Or you might not be. You understand?
I might not be. Yeah. I might be. I'm saying I might be.
You know what it is? Some people, right?
Yeah.
just because somebody else has success in what they're doing, people think that they replicate everything that person is doing is going to work best for them. But sometimes it doesn't. Do you understand? And one of the things you just mentioned there about really working on the basics and understanding the basics, that's what changed everything for you. Like you can do as many courses as you want and learn as much as you want, but if you don't know how to put that information together in a simplified way that you can apply it, then guess what? You're never going to get the success. Head knowledge is different to application. And if you can't bring all those things, those details together to apply it in a simplified way for you to be able to trade, then you're screwed. You know what I mean? So for you, maybe if you joined the course, you might have joined the live sessions and been around a lot of traders, and you might have got confused by different approaches, and you might be scrambled. So you obviously kept it simple. You got the foundation right, learn the basics, and then what happened from there?
Just, of course, I've applied to the FTMO account.
Okay.
So that's exactly from the 2 months before that when it clicked. Then I started the trials, and then it built onto the account again to now, which I am in right now. Created my trading plan, strict. Like my risk management is very, very good. I'm not even boasting, but even if I don't win or if I lose or win, my risk management is key. If it hits my stop loss, it hits my stop loss. If it hits my TP, it hits my TP. But I still do suffer with FOMO. FOMO is real. FOMO is, like, because it's because it's like I think you might have alluded it before. Like when you build onto a bigger account, you see more money fluctuating up and down, and I'm just like, okay, I shouldn't be. If I'm taking an I'm going to be honest. If I'm taking an FTMO account right now, I shouldn't be having this.
I hear you. When did I talk about this? Was it in my last YouTube video I spoke about this? Or was it in the one that's coming? But I speak about it all the time. Traders think just because they've got the basics and know how to trade and they know their risk management, it's time for them to jump onto FTMO. But the fact that the numbers fluctuate more than you could ever fathom, like it's real, like you said, it can be soul destroying when you lose a trade. And like when you win a trade, it can be very exhilarating. FOMO, let me tell you something. FOMO's never going to go away.
It won't. Okay?
Never. So yes, I think you should be super confident to be able to take the challenge. But I think don't be too hard on yourself. Also recognize that we're human beings. It's a natural instinct to feel a certain way. It's like me telling a trader, try to remove all emotions when you're trading, and then say, oh, you know what, when you're watching a horror movie, don't get scared. Or if you see somebody get knocked over, don't have any sort of emotions towards them because they're not your family member. Like, it's pretty dumb to say that to someone. Do you know what I mean? Or it's like saying to somebody, oh, guess what? You've just won an award for working your ass off for 6 months, and now you won an award. Don't be excited about it. You know what I mean? Or somebody gives you a gift. You can't, the emotions are going to be there. There's a time and place. But I think what you have to recognize is you've come as far as you have. You never jumped into FTMO straight away. You've done the trials. You built confidence. You put a plan together, and then you decided to take FTMO. Again, like you probably know with the football situation, everything you go through now is just an experience.
Yeah.
If you pass it, it'll be amazing. And if you get past it'll be amazing. Like the opportunities that will come from it in terms of finances and looking after your family and whatever other plans you've got is amazing.
Goal,
you have to understand, even if you pass it and get the verification, you still got to do it again and again and again and again. Maybe not have to hit 10% because that is like the pressure of that is deep.
That's the problem with it. But
that's the only problem of FTMO. The 10% in the 1 month. But if you do pass it, then guess what? It should be more free flow and easier for you to trade. But the point is, FOMO's never going to go away, bro. Ever going to go away. You just got to recognize, like you said, that you have a risk management plan in place. The reason why it's there is to stop you from blowing accounts and doing dumb things. And as long as you follow that plan, no matter how you feel, because again, we're never remove emotions, then you give yourself the advantage to eventually pass that. So FOMO you're dealing with, you said. What else? What else is like You find these. Look, let me ask you, because I know the viewers are going to want to know this. What risk are you using on FTMO? If you don't mind sharing with us.
Just 1%. I risk 1%.
You're using 1%.
Yeah, I risk 1%.
What kind of risk to reward?
1 to 3.
Let's go, baby.
Come on, 1 to 3. 1 to 3.
In terms of risk management, when do you go break even?
1 to 1. but I feel like sometimes it doesn't work out from time to time. But again, it's following that plan.
Risk.
If I go 1 to 1, I have to go 1 to 1. That is my plan. Like, I've got my trading plan here, so it's on my little scribble sheet.
Nice.
So it's just I can maximum take 2 trades a day.
So 2% loss per day.
Yeah, 2% loss per day, 1% risk.
What happens if you win?
What happens if I win?
Yeah,
I can still take 2 trades a day.
You still continue trading?
Yeah, I can still if I want to.
Would you lose the whole 3% and 2% more, or would you only lose 2% of the 3% winnings if you win a trade? So if you win a trade, you're free.
Yeah,
you 3% up.
Yeah.
Would you take another 2 trades and stop?
No, so only 2 max. I can only take 2 max a day.
Oh, 2 trades per day.
Yeah, 2 trades per day. That's it.
Oh, okay, win or lose. Got it.
Win or lose, regardless. And if I feel stressed, just turn my computer off.
Yeah.
That's it, straight away. And the 3 hours max. If I can't stay on the computers on the lap charts for 3 hours max in the morning. So I tend to trade in the morning from around between 5 and 9, around those times. That's
in the morning, 5 and 9.
Yeah. There's a reason behind it. There's a reason
5 a.m.
5 in the morning, yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's a reason behind it because I'm doing my teaching degree. I don't have time throughout the day, so I tend to wake up early in the morning.
Legend.
Between 5. I actually have to leave my house at 7. So between 5 and 7, at the moment I'm at home, so I can extend it a bit. Yeah. But 5 to 7, I'm at home, so I can wake up, go on the computer. If I don't have anything by 7, close. Next day.
Legend. So you're up at 5. So in terms of like we know you don't drink, we know you don't smoke. So in terms of like your schedule, do you try and get yourself into bed a bit earlier so you can get up earlier and be fresher, or what's your like schedule sort of thing?
Regardless what time I sleep, I wake up at 5.
Yeah, I'm like that as well. Yeah.
Like it's like my body's a clock. As soon as it hits 5, I'm up. I don't need no alarm, nothing. I've been like that since I was a kid. Wow. My mom always tells me. Yeah. She says you used to sleep at 7, wake up at 7, constantly, all the time. Whatever time it is, whenever it is, you had a certain sleeping pattern, which my mum tells me all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that is.
So 2 trades a day, and in terms of how you're doing with your challenge right now, don't tell us percentages, but you're doing all right, regardless whether you're in profit or not. Do you feel good about yourself?
Do I say if I'm in profit or not? Can I say?
I don't know, man.
I'm not gonna say figures, but I'll say if
you know the listeners are gonna want to know, but I don't. Yeah, tell us then.
I'm gonna be straight up, right? I started off really well.
Yeah.
Like I came really close to passing it, really, really close. And then I'm down on my account.
You're down now.
Yeah, it's a small percentage of 1.5%.
Okay, what happened then? What happened to getting so close? Did you get so close by luck? That's why you went back down? Or did you get scared? What happened?
I don't know. I don't think it was by luck. Definitely not by luck. Because I've got a training plan and I know what I'm doing. Yeah. I don't think it's by luck. Yeah. It's just, I think I might have revenge traded. I might have. Yeah. Possibly. I might have revenge traded. I have to admit it. You know. Yeah. I'm still going through a cycle of, oh damn, I need to win back.
Yes.
You know. And I'm in an FTMO challenge and I'm doing it. But you know, it's still, again, it's a learning experience. This is all a learning experience. I'm doing this so I know in the next however long, when I'm determined and I will do it, I'll look back and I'll say, okay, I've done that. I don't do that anymore. Why don't I do it? I look back on the reasons why. But long story short, I'm down on my account. But
okay, fine. We appreciate you being honest with us, because I think that's what the listeners are listening for. You know, they would have probably been like, wow, Jem's come into training 2 months here and then 3 months here, and then now he's, you know, almost passing FTMO. I don't think nobody wants you to fail, but they're probably thinking, what is it you've got that I don't have, right? Mm-hmm. But it's good to see. But we obviously want you to pass, but I'm saying it's good to see that even like some of the strongest of minds, even some of the most focused traders, even some of the traders that still just work with the basics and have a strict plan, they can sometimes go through these phases. But let me ask you something in terms of that behavior of wanting to win back, from a losing trade or win back profits. Where do you think that comes from? And how do you plan to fix that in the future or now, really?
I can't find a reason.
Because you're not a gambler, are you?
No, I'm not a gambler.
Because that behavior is
yeah.
linked to resemble to gambling.
Yeah.
So that's not you. So I'm actually intrigued because I was a very serious gambler when I was younger, really, really bad, unfortunately. But you're not a gambler, so
no.
Obviously, when there's money involved, there's emotion, so it creates that behavior. But now you've recognized it. What's your plans? How are you going to deal with this?
Well, over the last week or so, I think I've improved on it. So if I follow my trading plan, which if we're going along with what I said of revenge trading, that means I'm not following my trading plan. But the last 1 or 2 weeks, I have been following my trading plan strictly. Yeah. So I think I have improved on it. It's just telling myself, I guess the way I found out is just telling myself, okay, I've lost. Okay, cool. Close my laptop. I'll come again, or I'll look again later, or I'll just close and I'll come back the next day. I've just told myself I'll just close my laptop and I'll come again. I think that's the best way to do it. It's not. I know it sounds easy to say, and
no. I think with your situation from when you was playing football, you was a great goalkeeper. You knew your worth, but you never vocalized it. Or never really illustrated it in like your personality or your character, right? So people would have probably just thought, this guy, yeah, he thinks he's good. He's obviously here for a reason, but he's not like me because I got the bigger voice out here. Yeah. I think with trading, in order to become, successful, there has to be a really strong element of belief in yourself. And once you have that belief in yourself, then that is what then will alter your actions when you're trading. That belief doesn't just mean believe that I can become a good trader. It also means believing in the trading plan that you've written down, the approach that works statistically, will work in the long run. And then when you get in those situations, saying to yourself, well, you know what, look, I know I can do this. I know that my strategy works, and I know it's just numbers. I feel the way I feel, but then at that stage, it's stopping those emotions from spiraling out of control, making you press the button again, and then bringing them back down and be like, but hold on. I know and I believe that if I just follow my plan and close the screen today, I can come back tomorrow and hit a 1 to 3 or 1 to 5. And it's at those moments that is more often than not the real make or break of a trader. And I think, listen, unless you go through this experience, you're never going to know it.
Yeah.
Some people don't have to go through it. Some people do. Do you understand? And maybe going from almost passing would have been more detrimental to you in the future, because that would have maybe caused too much confidence for you then to get the verification past that, get your account, make 10 grand in 1 week, and then blow the whole lot at the end. You probably would have felt a lot worse. Do you understand? Whereas now you've experienced that euphoria of building that account up, feeling excited and happy that you're almost passing, because the adrenaline is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. To then going back down. So I would personally see this as an experience like you have in life. View this as a humbling moment to make you realize that a plan is there for a reason. And now I personally would say to you, I don't know how many days left you got on your FTMO.
I've got till the end of the month.
Oh, wow. So you almost...
So they extended the days through Christmas because there was a couple of days throughout the week, I think, during that Christmas period where it was closed. So I've actually got an extra 10 days.
Nice.
So end of the month, yeah.
So in terms of how you're feeling mentally and emotionally, are you in a position where you feel you can pass it by the end of the month? Or do you feel that you need to just get it back to break even now, take a chill pill and come back again next month?
Yeah, I'm a bit 50-50, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I know that I can do it. 100% I can do it. But it's been such a roller coaster in the space. I've got this FTMO account. It's just made me think, Do I just go to break even, which I'm very close to? Do I just go to break even, just leave it? Because obviously, if you get a break even, you get another opportunity to do the next month. Just
let me tell you something.
Yeah. So.
And I always think about this with like my other members and that. If you have a slight thought that break even and taking a break might be the option, I always say that there's a reason why you're thinking about it. And the ultimate answer to your question is to get it to break even, take a break, and come back again and get the free retry. You know that? Because listen, confidence is what's going to propel you to do a lot in life. Get picked for the first team, do this, right? Most people that are confident are the loudest and get recognized. In terms of anything you do, if you're not confident, more likely you're not going to get the best result you're looking for. If you as a trader are going to become consistent and profitable, then you are going to have to be really confident and have a lot of belief in your abilities to trade no matter what happens.
Yeah.
And just do it. Because you have that slight doubt, that is going to be the thing that's going to cause you problems over the next coming weeks. So now I think it's a situation where you need to remove that doubt. You might be able to remove it tonight, tomorrow, or next week. You understand? But until it's removed because of the trauma of what you just had to experience, it's probably best to follow your second gut instinct, which is to maybe just get it to break even, take a break, and then go for the retry. I'm being brutally honest with you, bro. I tell you why. Because there's so many traders that I've spoken to that have thought about doing this, and then it's gone bad, and then they turn around and say, I knew I should have done that, as opposed to former, rather do the latter. You know what I mean? Sort of thing. So choice is yours, obviously. Like, I'm not your uncle, but I'm just saying from what I have realized with other traders, sometimes that doubt is the doubt you need to listen to. Sometimes when you're going to take a trade and you're like, oh, nah, I shouldn't take it. Some of them do fly in your direction, right? And hit TP because you never took it. But then when you have that doubt and you take that trade, what happens to it? It loses. You know what I mean? Now, it's just sod's law, but I'm just saying, when you go into a trade confidently and you lose it, because it's according to your plan, you feel better to lose it. You understand? And take the next one. So, I mean, the decision is yours. I think you have to think about that one. If it's there.
I mean, I've got a period of time, I still have a bit of time, to the end of the month at least. I don't know. It's just been like it's been a long old 2 weeks of being in this FTMO challenge. I went into it. I'm still confident. Like, it's like, regardless of what the outcome is, I'll never down myself. Obviously trading is not easy, but it's a rocky road. Like, you start off from there and then it goes like that, and you eventually become up, down, up, down. You slowly, it's that slant that you start making up, And I have to tell myself sometimes, am I on that slant or am I still going up and down? Am I still fluctuating? Could be. I might still be. I think I'm still fluctuating.
Or you could be on that slant. You don't know.
Or I could be on that slant. I don't know. But if I've got to this stage where I am right now, a year to this day, where I've got an FTMO challenge and I've had success with it, it still gives me that confidence. I know, and it, I know I can do it. I will never ever give up on what I want to do.
Bro, listen, that's an amazing point you just made. You've had success with your FTMO. You know what some people say or perceive their success with FTMO as? Passing the challenge, the verification, and making money. But that's not the success.
Yeah.
That's the outcome of your success.
Success, exactly.
So well done, man. I really rate you, bro. Seriously, because you have had success. You've built that account up. You've done pretty well.
Yeah.
Just because you didn't pass it and you've gone back down, it doesn't mean you wasn't trading successfully. You understand? That's big, man. Listen, I think personally, today is what? Friday?
Friday, yeah. Friday.
Bro, you're not trading anymore today, are you?
No, I'm done.
You got the rest of today, the whole of Saturday and Sunday, just literally to kick back and chill and think about this and make a decision. Look, on Monday, am I coming back, forgetting about what's happened to the past, forget about where I'm at in terms of being like minus 1.5, and am I coming back Monday just to go ham and just trade as I know I should be trading? For past the end of the month, fantastic. If I don't, then let's go for the retry. Or you might make a decision this weekend to say, you know what, no, that kind of hurt me, and it's going to haunt me for a little while. Let me take a break and step away. You understand?
Yeah.
And I think that's your next plan.
Yeah,
You got it planned out, bro. Like I like you. I don't know you, but I do now, Jem, and I like you, bro. And I think the listeners are going to really enjoy this podcast. You're very wise for a young man.
I hope someone can, whoever's watching can.
But listen, I feel I can relate to you. I haven't done FTMO, and I haven't gone through the experiences that you traders are going through with
You done FTMO as well?
I haven't.
Oh, you haven't? Sorry, I thought you said you did.
No, I haven't done FTMO.
Yeah.
But I have a lot of students who are doing FTMO.
Yeah,
and
I can imagine. Yeah.
Like, bro, it's like every message I get is because of FTMO or the problems they're having with passing the challenge. And I'm just like, the pressure that comes from this is a lot. The opportunity is amazing. I'm not doubting it at all. I think it's an amazing opportunity for traders. It removes the excuse and it removes the amount of time you have to potentially invest in saving money, working 2 jobs to get the funds you need to trade. Because ultimately that's what you need to make money, right? Funds.
Yeah.
So it's a great opportunity, but it also at the same time, like I know that from what you were just talking about, that the listeners are really going to resonate with this because a lot of them are going through it. And boy,
but do you know what with FTMO is okay, if you pass FTMO, it doesn't end there though. You're passing the challenge.
Of course.
You're not like, okay, you haven't made any. You're doing the challenge. Like okay, if you passed it, your success it's good. It's really good. There's a lot of people who failed. There's a minimal. I don't know what the risks are, but it doesn't end there. You still got to trade. You still got to keep going. You still got to keep moving forward.
It's just
build on. Trading will never end. Trading will never ever end. Even if you pass one account, so what? You pass one account. Sounds a bit, But if you pass an account, good. What can I do next? 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 That's how I see it. That's not even just in trading, but in life.
But that's a good point.
I've got my teaching. I'm still doing my teaching. I want to be a teacher still.
Yeah.
I'm committed to completing my teaching. God knows what's going to happen because of COVID. But, I want to do that. That's another building block. I've got 3 different paths I've got. So even if teaching doesn't work, trading, whatever, if nothing works out, I've got my plans set in life. I know what I'm doing in life. And I think that's key. Not just trading. You need, what I would say to some, I'm not going off as if I'm a massive experienced guy. Don't just rely on
well experienced, man.
Don't rely on trading at all. Don't think, okay, in this next day I can do this. In this next day I can do. No, it comes by a bit. Never rely on. That's why I'm not relying on trading. I'm doing my teaching. I'm doing other things on the side. You gotta have a plan, and you gotta have a plan.
Always got to have a plan. And it's one thing that I preach about as well, man. Trading is a great opportunity as a propellant to start achieving some of the more desired things that you want. It can help you financially. It can give you back more time. But at the same time, like you just said, trading doesn't end just because you pass FTMO or you've got a 300K account. Even people with 300K, 500K, £1 million accounts still got to manage risk, still got to deal with the psychological issues and the emotions. People say become mechanical, and really and truly, that is the only way you're going to become like consistent for a very long period of time, becoming mechanical. But while you're still human, you're still going to have the emotions, and you're still going to have to deal with the day-to-day lives, things that happen in the world, like the pandemic, something might happen to your family members, anything could happen. So if, like you said, which is a great point, we'll end on this one, but if you don't put so much emphasis and hope in just one thing, i.e. trading, and you start to enjoy the process more,
100%.
Guess what? You're more likely to succeed in it and get the desired results that you're looking for. If it doesn't work out, guess what? Because you enjoy the process and the journey, you'll go again and you continue going, and you won't just put all your efforts, but you won't put all your emotions and just rely on that, like you said, to be your soul, to bring you happiness. You know what I mean? And that's an amazing point you made.
I agree.
Jem, listen, bro, I could talk to you for days, seriously. Like,
I know.
I really enjoyed the podcast, and I just want to say thank you so much for coming on for us, for sharing your story. Really inspiring, bro. And listen, we'd like to hear more from you in the future as well. Get an update from you if you can be around.
Definitely, 100%. I'll give an update. Man. Hopefully.
Drop me an
Thank
email or something. Absolutely,
I will
bro.
drop you an email.
All right. Speak to you soon.